Hello, my name is Keshwani. Keshwani. Excuse me. Keshwani. We are here because we want to learn algebra. Today is our lesson number 115. Lesson number 115, day 115. We are in the process of doing word problems from day number 101 through 200. Let's see what we have for today. Here's the question. The question is, what is the price of A apples if B costs D dollars? Isn't it interesting? This is what you always wanted to do. To sit there and ask yourself these exact same questions. What I want you to do now is to pause the video, solve it yourself, come up with the answer, and then resume it, okay? Here we go. Here's the solution then. We are told that B costs D dollars. Well, if B costs D dollars, how much does 1 cost? 1 should cost if that's true, then that implies that 1 should cost D over B dollar. In other words, okay, listen carefully. In other words, let's pretend that look. Let's pretend D is 10, and I'm going to plug in different values for D. I'm going to plug in different values for B and see if you stay with me, okay? If I tell you that 2 of them cost $10, if B happens to be 2, if I tell you that 2 of them cost, let's put it here. If we are told that 2 costs $10, then 1 should cost how much? If 2 costs $10, 1 should cost 10 over 2. If 2 costs $12, how much should 1 cost? 12 over 2. If 4 costs $12, how much does 1 cost? 12 over 4. If 6 costs $12, how much does 1 cost? 12 over 6. If 6 costs $18, how much should 1 cost? 18 over 6. And so forth. That's 18 is your D, and that 6 is your B. D over B dollars. So based on if B costs D dollars, then 1 should cost D over B dollar. Implies. This means implies. You must put that sign because otherwise it does not follow the logic. Your work should follow some sort of a logic. If B costs D dollars, then 1 should cost D over B dollars. But we don't want to buy 1, we want to buy A. Well, if 1 costs D over B dollars, then 2 should cost twice this amount. This implies that 2 should cost 2 times this amount. Whatever this amount is, this is the dollar amount. D over B is the dollar amount. 2 times this amount. And 5 should cost 5 times this amount. And 10 should cost 10 times this amount. And therefore, since we want to buy A should cost, if 1 costs D over B dollar, B costs D dollars, therefore 1 should cost D over B dollars, and therefore A should cost A times that amount. Voila, that's your answer. A times D over B. The rest was just to explain to you, so I'm going to erase it now. That's not part of the solution, it's just to make you understand it. There is our answer. A times A times D over B dollars. A times D over B dollars can be written as, this is same as A over 1, so it's A times D over B dollars. That's the answer. Or it may show up as D times A over B dollars. It's the same thing. Okay, so let's put it here. D times A over D times A over B dollars, or D times A over B dollars, or A times D over B dollars. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. Just like in a language, sometimes you may have several different ways of saying the same bloody thing. Same exact thing applies in the language of algebra. Sometimes you have several different options, several different ways of expressing the exact same idea, exact same notion. The correct answer, had it been a multiple choice questions, and if you were taking the exam, if you're sitting there for the SAT or the GRE or the GMAT, and this question appeared there, the correct answer would show up in one of these three forms: D times A over B, or simply DA over B, or A times D over B. And of course you have to be smart enough to realize that all of them are exact same quantities. What we're going to do now is to plug in the values for the variables in the problem and see if that answer is in fact the correct answer. Now I said that answer because it is in fact an answer. These are not three answers, these are not three different answers. This is just one answer written in three different forms. Do you understand? We want to make sure that that answer is correct, and we're going to do so by plugging in values for the variable in the problem and see what answer we get, and see if that answer holds. I need the room, so I need to erase everything. Let's plug in values. How many apples do you want to buy first of all? Let's buy 5 apples. And we are told that 10 of them cost $3. Well, once we plug in the values for the variables in the problem, it is no longer an algebraic question. It is a simple arithmetic question. So simple, in fact, that I would feel comfortable giving it to even a second grader or third grader. It's too simple. Look, all we have. Now the question reads, what's the price of 5 apples if 10 of them cost $3? Well, if 10 of them cost bloody $3, 5 of them should cost $1.50. $1.50, that's all. That's all it is. There is nothing to do there. And we're just going to verify if this answer gives us $1.50. Let's see. If 10 costs $3, 5 should cost $1.50. That's all. This is our answer. I'm not going to show all the work. Of course it's $1.50. Where is the $1.50 coming from? $1.50 is coming from, well, here's the logic. If you want to show the work, if somebody insists that you show the work, this is how you would show the work. 10 costs $3, so 1 should cost 3 over 10, just like we did before, except we were dealing with variable. 3 over $10. 3 over $10. That 3 over $10 is your, this 3 should not go there, this 3. D over B. Oh, I never wrote that as D over B. D over B times A. This was the actual form the answer came out as, and then we wrote it in 3 other forms. So now the correct answer is actually in 4 different forms. So there is your D over B. D is 3, B is 10, D over B, that's the cost of 1. If 10 costs 3, 1 should cost a tenth of that amount. And we want to buy 5 of them. So 5 should cost 10. If 10 costs $3, 1 should cost $1, and therefore 5 will cost 5 times that amount. And what happens is this. What happens is this. 5 cancels out with 10, giving us a 2, and 3 over 2 is your $1.5, the $1.50. Let's see if this gives us $1.50. Of course it does, we just showed it here. There is your, see, right here. D over B times A would give us, your D is 3. Our B is 10. 3 over 10 times 5. Of course that's going to give us $1.50. Because we just did it. 3 over 10, the 10 is going to cancel out with 5 just like this. And it's going to give us about 50. So that in fact is the correct answer. This in fact is the correct answer. Or it can be in this form, or it could be in this form, or that form. Of course, had it been a real exam, they would not actually give it like this. Most likely it will show up as A over B times D. Let's see if I have it here. Right here, A over B times D. Here I put down D times A over B, same thing. Or it would show up as D times DA over B. DA over B or AD over B. It will show up in one of these three forms and not in the actual original form that it emerged from the problem. Because they want to make it a little bit more complicated. That's all, no big deal. That was the end for today. I will see you tomorrow on day number 116. Okay? Thanks.